Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to my evening news report right here on the Riley King Network. As you all know, Chris Sununu, Annie Kuster, and Chris Pappas won last night on election night. They are ready to get to business and to work. Sununu says he's ready to work with Democratic legislature. New Hampshire voters elected Democratic majorities Tuesday to the State House and Senate, while re-electing Republican Governor Chris Sununu, who said he's ready to work with lawmakers. Sununu said Wednesday morning that he hadn't yet reached out to Democratic leaders, but said he has made some phone calls to Republican colleagues. While Democrats had success across the ballot, Sununu bucked the trend and was reelected with 53% of the vote. He said it's just about parties, Sununu said. It's about the actual individual running for office, and that's whether it's local office or a state office, House of Representative, Executive Council, whatever it might be. The governor said he is more than willing to work with the Democratic majority. It appears he will still have enough Republicans to sustain a veto, which he said he won't hesitate to issue. At the end of the day, as governor, you have to make tough decisions. Sometimes, and if you have to veto something, you do. But I'm always confident we can work it out, Sununu said. Sununu said he will continue to push his priorities, such as making sure taxes aren't raised and regulations don't increase. But he believes Democrats and Republicans will come together to move the state forward. He said one of the focus of the new legislature will be maintaining New Hampshire's strong economy. You need to work at that, he said. You need to create that infrastructure that keeps that opportunity going. Opiates observantly are another big issue. He said it will all start with a positive attitude. Working together, both our party across party lines, in making sure that New Hampshire really is an example for the rest of the country in terms of good governors and good leadership, Sununu said. The governor said he will head into the State House later Wednesday to do a little work, but he said the day is mostly about catching his breath after a long session of campaigning. And all of us here at the Riley King Network congratulate Chris Sununu on winning. And we would like to congratulate his other two running mates for doing a good job campaigning in the election cycle. Kuster, Pappas ready to head to Washington. New Hampshire will return a Democrat delegation to the U.S. House in 2019, returning incumbent U.S. Rep. Annie Kuster and electing Chris Pappas to the seat, being left by U.S. Rep. Carol Shea Porter. Pappas edged out Republican Eddie Edwards and Libertarian Dan Balferty in the 1st District. In the 2nd District, Kuster is headed to Washington for a 4th term after defeating Republican Steve Negron and Libertarian Justin O'Donnell. Kuster and Pappas will take their seats in Washington as members of the majority party. People wanted their voices heard, and I think they spoke up loud and clear, Pappas said. I think the message is they want people to work together to get the job done, whether it's in Concord or Washington. Pappas said he's looking forward to working on several of his priorities. Addressing the opioid crisis, ensuring that we improve veterans' health care services, investing in our transportation infrastructure, and working on health care, he said. Kuster said she wants to focus on veteran issues, bringing down the cost of prescription drugs, and work on tackling the opioid crisis. Getting on a handle on the opioid crisis and really turning the tide, we got some good news this week that the deaths are down. But let's solve this, Kuster said. Let's get people the treatment they need and long-term recovery. Both said there is work ahead of them, with Republicans still in control of the U.S. Senate. The Constitution created this system so we would come together, and the president will have a seat at the table, and hopefully we'll get some solutions for the American people, Pappas said. It's time for people to step up to the plate, focus on their districts and the needs of people back home, Kuster said. Pappas and Kuster will be sworn in at the end of the year. And all of us at the Riley King Network would like to congratulate Chris Pappas and Annie Kuster on winning. And we also would like to congratulate their running mates on doing a good job this campaign season and election season. And that does it for my evening news report right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a nice night, everyone. And I'll see you back here tomorrow with more news reports. Good night, everyone. Bye.